Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video not really about makeup because these kind of Dr. Mariana videos were kind of requested and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do them. So if I'm reading off my notebook, I'm just kind of reading like a couple of ideas that I jot down. So this first video is going to be reasons to be single, or kind of just advice for you guys like on boys and whatnot, because I have been in my fair share of guys and talking to guys and relationships and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, the right guy could be right in front of you. I know it sounds so cliche and stuff like that, but it is really true. I definitely do believe in that a lot. A lot of times, I had a certain situation where I was talking to this guy, and he was so hot. He was like one of the most popular guys in school on the football team, whatever. And there's this other guy who's one of my best friends, and he secretly had a crush on me. And like he would always get mad when I would bring up this other guy or like any other guy. And really, in reality, the other guy ended up hurting me and stuff like that. And my best friend was there for me. So really, the right guy could be just in front of you. You just kind of have to think to yourself and see who's going to be better in the long run. Next thing is to be yourself. Don't try to act like anybody else. I feel like when girls try to act like someone else, it's just not going to work out, because you want to find someone for you that is perfect for you and that fits you in every single shape and form. And if you act like someone else, if you act like you like a certain band because the guy you're trying to get with likes that band or whatever, just be yourself, you know. And I feel like ultimately, if you're yourself, someone will like you for who you are, and you don't have to change for anybody. Next thing is to talk. Make sure you communicate a lot, especially if you're in a relationship. I feel like a relationship won't work out unless you talk and you say what you want clearly. Don't kind of lie, because a lot of times girls can, what they'll do is that they'll like stay quiet and the guy has to like figure out what the girl wants. Don't be like that. Don't make it complicated. I mean, life is easy. There's not really much, you know, there's not a reason to complicate it. So just be very straightforward and talk and communicate. If you guys are doing like a long distance type thing, nowadays it's so easy with FaceTime, Skype, Uvu. You guys can DM yourself on Instagram, Snapchat video, Facebook, Twitter, text messages. I mean, if they're in another country but you guys have iPhones, you know, you can iMessage. It's just so much simpler nowadays. Next thing is to be honest. Be honest with yourself as well. Know what you want. If you're talking to a guy and he's not really your type, or you feel like it's not going to work out, don't keep on like doing the same thing. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with what you want, and be honest with the person. Don't try to lie. Don't try to cheat and say something, because when you lie, you're obviously just creating a huge wall, and you're just kind of living in a lie, and you can just kind of get addicted to lying, and just lie after lie after lie, and starting off a relationship like that honestly isn't worth it. So just try to be yourself and just be honest. Next thing is say what you want clearly. I kind of just went over this a little bit, but just be really honest and state what you want. If you don't want a relationship, make sure you make that clear with the person, because that person may want a relationship with you, and you know, you're just like saying that you don't want anything. So yeah, just try to be honest with yourself and say what you want clearly. Next thing is to tell the person, she or her or him, you know, tell them how you feel. If you really like them and you're afraid that they don't like you back, I mean, the worst thing they can say is that they don't like you back. And maybe since you like them now and you've let them know, they'll maybe start liking you, or maybe start having an interest in you. That has happened to me many times. I have not liked the guy, and he has been straight up with me and told me, you know, hey, I like you, blah blah, and then I'll start to think about it and I'll end up liking him back later on in like a couple of weeks or months or whatever. So the best thing is just to tell him, because first of all, even if you're really shy, you can do it over a text message. You could do it, you can send him a letter, you can tell another person to tell him. You don't always have to confront it about it, although most guys do prefer that you're like straight up, like in person or on the phone or whatever. But you can text him and tell him that you like him. And I mean, the worst thing he can say is that he doesn't like you, but yet again, if you tell him that you like him, a lot of times there's more of a chance for him to end up liking you. Next thing is don't speak, try to act. So again, actions speak louder than words. So if you really want to get to know this guy, go on a date with him. You don't have to pay, but it is nice, you know, sometimes to give the guy a break and, you know, pay for your own meal or pay for both of your guys' meals. Or you don't even have to do anything. I feel like guys are always like, oh my god, I want to go on a date, but I'm broke. You don't have to do something that involves money. A lot of times, I know this couple that's been together, my friend and my other friend, they've been together for about 3 years now, and they don't really spend that much money on each other. I mean, they will for like special occasions, like once a month they'll go out to eat somewhere fancy or something, or like for their birthday or anniversary or anything like that. But most of the time, you can just get a picnic basket and go to the park and spend time, you know, having a picnic or over each other's houses, playing video games, watching a movie, at home on Netflix. I mean, it doesn't really always have to involve money. So just be conscious of that. So try to do things that are cute and creative just to kind of get to know the person more. So my first date with this guy that I was talking to, we went to a concert, and then we went on a picnic, and then we went out to eat. And we just kind of always like to stay in better than like going out and stuff. And we will go out every now and then, but it's just mostly like at home. Next thing is to just be careful. Be cautious and careful who you spend time with, because time is something that can never be gained back. I feel like money, you can, you know, gain money back, or materialistic things and guys and stuff, but time is just something that goes away and you can never really get it back. So try to be very careful with that, and just be cautious. Be cautious with who you spend your time with, who you go out with, who you text, who you associate with, and that's kind of something very important. Next thing is to be protective. Be protective of yourself and be protective towards that person. So just be a caring person in general, even if you're not going out with them and you're just kind of talking to them or going out on dates. If you just want the best for them, honestly just kind of wish them the best, and even if they don't like you back or they hurt you or whatever, just be nice to them, because what goes around comes around, and just don't try to get revenge or anything. It's the worst thing. It's so stupid and immature. Next thing is to take things slow. So I feel like for a lot of times, people like to like rush into relationships, and that's something really that can't be done. You want to get to know this person really, really well. You want to make sure that you meet their parents, that you know who they are, that you know everything about them, just because you don't want to go straight into a relationship without knowing their family or anything like that, because there will be something wrong, I promise you. I don't know, but one of my friends actually dated this guy who the guy's dad was like an alcoholic, and he was like really annoying, and he would always like hit her boyfriend and stuff like that. So you just kind of want to make sure that you're getting into a relationship with someone who has a good family and is very well surrounded with good people, so his friends aren't doing like crazy things, or he isn't doing crazy things, like he isn't like smoking or like doing acid or like, you know, who knows, like robbing a store. You know, just make sure you get to know the person before, because I mean, you never know, things happen. So make sure they have a good family, that they're well oriented, that they get along with your parents and your friends and your family, because yet again, you spend a lot of time with your friends and your family, so you want to make sure that the guy or the girl you're talking to gets along with them, because you don't want them to like, you know, not like each other, because you're going to be spending almost every single day with them, sometimes double dates, things like that. So just make sure that your friends like him as well, and you know, things like that. And the next thing, make sure that I don't know what else to say, but like just be happy that you're single. A lot of times we tend to like, you know, want to rush into relationships and, you know, be into relationships all the time. But for me, honestly, it's just nice to have a little time to yourself and be single, just because you don't have to worry, you don't have to have a responsibility on yourself about caring about another person, or like, oh, I can't, this guy like is talking to me and I might hook up with another guy if I end up drinking or smoking or whatever, or I can't go out with my friends because I can't go out with this guy friend because he's gonna think that I'm cheating on him and blah blah. So just kind of be happy that you don't have that like weight barrier of responsibility whenever you go to a party or whenever you go out with your friends or guy friends and stuff like that. So just be happy about that. Second of all, be happy that you just kind of have time to think and you have time to yourself, because a lot of times when you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you're so into that person and like so in love with them and stuff that sometimes you just don't think about what you're doing. You just kind of do it because you love that person. Like if you're in love with this guy and he tells you to go rob a bank, like you probably do it because you just love that person so much and you want to make them happy and you want to make them, you know, good. So just be happy that you have like that clear mind and that you're never like distracted by a guy or a girl or whatever, or like what she or he is saying. Also be happy that you don't have someone to tell you like, oh, you look bad today, or you look, you know, certain things like that, or always criticizing you, or if you always get in a fight with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you know, just be happy that you just don't have that, and that you can just be with yourself and you don't have to worry about, you know, him not liking you or him not liking what you do or whatnot, that you can just be by yourself and nothing else. So just be happy, and I hope you guys enjoy these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and request more. I'll be doing more of these like Dr. Mariana series, so